Hey, I'm Jason Hammond, and today I want to walk you through replacing a sump pump. Not the whole job, but the teaser version. Enough that you can decide whether this is 90 minutes for you on a dry Saturday or a plumber call at 2 in the morning during a storm. Here's the scene. The pump is 7 or 8 years old, or it's running way more than it should, or it hums but nothing comes out the discharge, or it's flat dead and the basement is already wet. A sump pump's working life is 7 to 10 years. Replacing it on your schedule beats replacing it at 2 in the morning. Before you buy a new pump, diagnose. The single biggest mistake I see: homeowners replace a pump when the check valve failed. If the pump runs but the pit doesn't drain, unplug the pump and listen while somebody fills the pit. If you don't hear a click from the check valve or water audibly falls back between cycles, the check valve is bad. $15. You just saved $200. But if the pump really is dead, here's what the job actually looks like. You unplug the pump. Electricity plus standing water is the thing on this job that can kill you. You disconnected the rubber coupling above the check valve. No coupling means a hacksaw, and you add a coupling on install, so next time is easy. You lift the old pump out. Before the new pump goes in the pit, you assemble on the bench. Teflon tape on the threads, 4 wraps clockwise. PVC male adapter, a short stub of pipe. New check valve oriented with the arrow pointing away from the pump. Rubber coupling above. You set the new pump flat on the pit floor. You connect the discharge to the existing run with the rubber coupling. You set the float switch so the pump kicks on at about 2/3 up the pit and off 3 to 4 inches from the bottom. You plug in and you do the bucket test. Pour 5 gallons in. Watch the pump activate, pump clean, and shut off cleanly. The traps on this job. Installing the check valve backward so the pump fights a closed valve. Setting the float too low and short cycling the motor. Skipping the rubber coupling, no battery backup, so the pump dies the moment the power does. And skipping the bucket test. And one more thing, if your sump outlet isn't on a GFCI, stop. Modern code requires it, and an ungrounded pump in standing water is how people get hurt. The guide tells you exactly when you're there. For the full step-by-step, the float adjustment, and the battery backup install, grab the complete guide at hammondreengineered.com. That's hammondreengineered.com. I'll see you in the book.